One is Realopedia, and the second one is the Dubai Real Estate Institute Code of Ethics. My name is Laura Schwery. I'm the founder and CEO of Realopedia. I am also a member of the Dubai Real Estate Institute personally, and we are partners as Realopedia with the Dubai Real Estate Institute. When I am done with my presentation, I will introduce you to Tarub Sulaiman, a lecturer and consultant with the Dubai Real Estate Institute. So as we are presenting, if you have any questions, please ask by either raising your hand or typing, and we'll either address the questions as we receive them or after a segment towards the end of the webinar, where please you just be more than welcome to ask any questions, any clarification, and we'll be more than happy to guide you through it. So Realopedia, the first part is to be part of the marketplace that I will present, and the second part, as I said, is the Dubai Real Estate Institute, which will be the Code of Ethics presented by Tarub Sulaiman. So let me tell you about Realopedia and why it's important for you as a real estate agent or a developer or a corporate affiliate or a broker company to be a member on Realopedia, and also why we are linked with the Dubai Real Estate Institute and also with the Real Estate Regulatory Agency, which is RERA, which is the governing area in the United Arab Emirates, specifically in Dubai, that has rolled out the structure for the Real Estate Institute. As Realopedia, we have been endorsed by RERA, which is very important for the portal, and also as the Dubai Real Estate Institute is very important for us to be linked with them, because you are always going to be working with reputable and registered real estate agents or real estate companies or brokers and corporate affiliates that are in the region. So about Realopedia, as we are sorting through our technical. So Realopedia is a global marketplace, and it is a gateway to real estate which offers worldwide connectivity and global reach, which means that the global connectivity means that its agents from around the world, whether they're 1 in a country or 10 in a country, it gives them the opportunity to take their country, to take the investments that they have in their country as a real estate professional, as a real estate developer, as a corporate affiliate, and offer them to other industry professionals globally from other countries, as well as to investors and customers that are interested in finding the right opportunity. So investors can connect to specialists, and they can search for commercial and residential properties and work with reputable companies, whether they're crowdfunding, whether they are broker companies, whether they're agents, whether they're realtors, whether they're developers. So Realopedia is a next generation platform for real estate professionals. In an ever-shrinking world, one must be constantly expanding their reach by staying competitive, and we offer the perfect place to do that for investment real estate. So Realopedia is a B2B and a B2C portal, which means that as a B2B portal, there are opportunities for you to link together on your dashboard with other real estate professionals. And also for a B2C portal, it is very important that customers and investors find you, the real estate professional. So in the real estate marketplace, what do we have? We have a marketplace called Realopedia. We have a sector which is for investors and end user customers, agents and realtors, brokers and real estate companies, developers, corporate affiliates, knowledge hub, a media center, a job search section, a corporate social responsibility sector. So what makes us unique? Well, we're not a listing portal. So it's not about the listings, it's about you, the professional, linking with other real estate professionals. We bring local to global and global to local. It's a portal that was incepted in Dubai and a portal that we took and we network with global associations and affiliates in different countries. So in the global marketplace for the real estate professional, we have a property marketplace. This would be your dashboard. We have a marketplace where you can connect with other real estate professionals. So you go to your dashboard, you find the location that says property marketplace, and then you turn around and you use whichever segment of the marketplace that's interesting to you. Whether it's the marketplace, whether it's the Dubai Developers Program, whether it is wanting to link with other corporate affiliates, you choose what you need. In this particular property marketplace, this is a segment where you can list a property. You can choose the category of your investment. You can choose if it's commercial or residential. You can choose the country that you are posting it from. And remember, you need to be a registered agent in the jurisdiction of where your property is being listed. So you cannot be an agent that's in China and list a property that's in Dubai if you're not working under the rules and regulations of the real estate industry in Dubai. So this would be your property marketplace dashboard. You click property marketplace. You can repost one of your existing listings by copying and pasting a URL. You can relist a new opportunity or a new investment, add a picture, add a document. You can link with other real estate professionals. You can manage your dashboard in terms of how many invitations that you've had, how many people you've responded to, and what are your private messages. So if I comment here as a real estate agent, my comments go to a private dashboard where I can communicate with you privately on my board. So you can repost your listings, copy and paste your URL. This will show you the different agents and people that are in your network, and expand it, please. And the messages that you have sent out to the different professionals, and so on and so forth. If I start a conversation on the marketplace, as I said, this goes to a private wall. If I choose to send a referral to one of the agents that I'm linked with and that is in my network, I can send them a message. I can send them a referral, the type of referral, the country, and basic information. And this is all private. I can sign an NDA, a commission agreement online, and this all goes into a private worksheet flow between me and the other person. My profile page, very important that you list the experience that you have, the country that you are a member of the jurisdiction. So if you're in Dubai, you're a member of RERA. If you're in the US, you might be a member of NAR. If you're in another country, you might be a member of ECREA, and so on and so forth. The languages you speak, the experience that you have. Remember, if an investor finds you, or a customer, or a property professional, they're hiring you to do a job for them, even though you're paid on commission. So you want to ensure that the information that you put on your profile page, remember that if a person is connecting with you, that means that they are hiring you for a job. So if you don't have a picture and any data, nobody is going to click your profile. This will be the property marketplace from the home page that investors can connect to. Now, the Developers Preferred Agents program is very simple. It's the second button on your dashboard. Developers can connect with real estate agents, find the registered professional agents, and network with you. So it's an opportunity for you as an agent to apply, represent a developer, apply to their program, sign a commission agreement online, which you can only do if you are a real estate company. Once the developer approves you as an agent, the company that you work for can then approve you and add you to the network of that real estate company. Once you're added, you can then access the marketing resource library. The company as the agent, you can access the marketing resource library. Once you've been approved by the developer, you click the widget, and all the data from the marketing resource library is now white labeled in your name as a real estate agent. So whether you want to send an EDM, which is an electronic mailer, or a brochure to your clients, it's white labeled in your name, and you can send it, and you have the protection policy whereby the developers cannot view the clients that you have sent it to. The Media Center is where you can upload video podcasts, share interviews, or a webinar that you may have attended. Again, you can only do this if you're a registered real estate professional in a jurisdiction where you are operating, and you're more than welcome to share your data. The Knowledge Hub is information whereby you can keep up to date with latest news and trends, blogs which we have written in the real estate industry by our bloggers, crowdfunding opportunities which will be coming up soon, but you have information, and so on. And this is a little bit about our traction and statistics. We have over 200 countries that have logged on and onto Realopedia, and we have some very exciting news that we will be sharing with everyone in the next few weeks. Our corporate social responsibility, we've worked with Dubai Cares under one of the initiatives to build a school in Nepal, and we continue to work with initiatives for our campaign. And these are some members. We are a partner with Dubai Real Estate Institute, Miami Association of Realtors, a radio station in France that's dedicated to the industry, MIPIM, IPS, and AIM. You can follow us on social media and reach out to us for questions. I'd now like to introduce you to Taroub Sleiman, who is a lecturer and consultant at Dubai Real Estate Institute. Taroub comes with over 25 years of real estate experience working and encompassing the fields of real estate, training, contracts, and IT. She holds a bachelor's of degree in business administration from the American University of Beirut, a diploma in real estate brokerage from John Abbott College in Montreal, Canada. She currently lectures at the Dubai Real Estate Institute in Dubai, obviously. She is a consultant for many companies and agencies within the region. Taroub brings a wealth of experience to this topic, and will be sharing with you her views on the code of ethics and how she believes that this can enhance your career and make you stand out in the crowd against the millions of professionals globally. So here is Taroub Sleiman.
Hello. Thank you, Laura. Today's topic is actually ethics and the code of ethics in Dubai. Realtors actually have to follow a written code of ethics in order to become licensed. And to start with, I'm going to just speak a little bit about ethics in general. This is a topic that different people may have different thoughts about, but when you try to answer the question of what are ethics, ethics are usually moral principles that people operate within the framework of. They are principles that guide our behavior and define what is right and wrong in our dealings with people in general. In the business, there's sometimes in businesses you have ethics branch into professional ethics. Socially, you may have a different type or a different importance is placed on different aspects of our life. Now, ethics are usually derived from human values and social values and principles, which in turn come to us through religions, maybe through morality systems, through social ideals. And many people ask, are ethics the same as the law? Although many of the laws are derived from what is ethical or what is right and wrong, they are not the same. Ethics are more of how you handle yourself, how you are comfortable with living your life. When somebody breaks the law, usually there's a penalty that comes through a legal system. If somebody breaks or breaches a code of ethics, a social, let's say, code of ethics, they don't necessarily get penalized not in all cases, on a legal front, but they might be, they might gain negative reputation socially, professionally they might lose because people associate them with dishonesty or whatever. So professionally people would actually lose business. Now, adherence to ethical principles is considered one of the requisites for any kind of vocation to be recognized as a profession. And this is something that we have in Dubai because in Dubai, real estate brokerage is a profession. It's recognized as a profession, and people who practice this business or this profession have to abide or have to adhere by this, by a certain code of ethics that is actually documented. And we have 11 points that we have to stick to in order to become licensed as real estate brokers. Now, the code of ethics for realtors, what it does, it guides. It's first of all, it's a dynamic statement that it's living, it's dynamic, it's not fixed. It keeps moving to and getting updated to cover needs in the market. And usually what, its role is to guide brokers in their daily professional dealings, and it recommends and regulates our relationship with customers, with other agents, with government employees, and with the public in general. Now, all brokers in Dubai have to follow, this is the code of ethics of Dubai, and they have to actually do this pledge. And they say, we real estate brokers licensed to practice in the Emirate of Dubai hereby undertake to adhere to the following principles and rules. And then the rules are, first of all, fair treatment. When we talk about fair treatment, obviously we're talking about treating everybody without any prejudice, without any discrimination, regardless of what is the background, what is the color, the race, the gender, etc. So that is very important for, that's the first one. Then we talk about respectful treatment. Again, being respectful to the clients, being respectful to government employees, being respectful to everybody in general, not engaging in any disrespectful practices, and not accepting any kind of attitude that belittles others. So that is the second point that all realtors have to abide by. Third is quite important, preservation of privacy. Here we're talking about the confidentiality of people's information, personal information, contact, reason for selling, financial ability. Realtors are not allowed to share this information with other parties who might use it for, to benefit contractually or personally. So that is very important, and that is very well, cleared while all brokers come and do the licensing course. The fourth point is trust and integrity. Obviously, this is, very self-explanatory. We are supposed as brokers to present the deal to both parties, regardless of who we are actually representing. We are supposed to engage in our transactions in an honest and trustworthy manner. We cannot, basically what this means is if we are representing the seller, this doesn't mean that it's okay to, lie or behave in a way that is not honest to the other party. Fifth, we are talking about the quality observation. So it's very important that that everything we do is, we should strive for excellence, and we should strive to provide our services in a quality manner that is um, from presenting the property to finalizing contracts, to making sure that we have the knowledge, the know-how, the exact details of what documents are required, what fees are necessary to pay for any kind of transfer, let's say, or um, so all of that is important. We really have to be concentrating on the quality observation. And this is very important because actually brokers uh, are many professionals rolled in one. You have to be, you need some sales skills, you need to understand people, so you need some human nature knowledge, you need to know the market, you need to know, you need to be an economist, you need to be a financial advisor, you need to be an investments advisor, you need to understand properties themselves and have a passion for real estate in order to be able to do all that. You need to understand what an owners association is, how the market prices change, demand, supply, all of that, regulations, the legal aspect of real estate, what we will, what, how again, another factor that comes in Dubai, which is very specific to Dubai, is the fact that we have lots of expatriates and international investors, which makes it, a little bit different than maybe other markets because everybody comes with their own expectations and ideas and limitations of, how can they transfer the money and how they understand what type of commissions they usually pay. So all of that you really need to learn, and really need to be an actual expert in order to do this business and to observe the quality of the product you provide so that there aren't mistakes, or at least to minimize the source of challenges. Now, of course, as I said, you need to observe regulations, and this is the sixth point, which in our code of ethics, it is very important that we observe the regulations and the laws. We should not be breaking laws, and we should make sure that our clients understand very well what are their rights and obligations so that they will not be stuck. Of course, we are not legal experts. However, when it comes to real estate, it is very important that we understand the legal system under which we operate so that we don't get into trouble, we don't get our clients into trouble, and we don't get our companies into trouble. So that is very important. Having said that, we have to know, and brokers realize, that there is disciplinary actions, there are penalties, and we have a penalty system in Dubai that will, um, once a complaint is investigated, and if it is found correct, there are, violations are penalized, and the penalty starts with fees and suspension of certification for as little as 30 days up till, total suspension and stopping that person from being able to practice this business in Dubai forever. So it depends on how many times and the severity of the violation. Seventh, here we're talking about integrity. Again, we need to treat everybody with integrity and trust, and be very clear in our information dissemination. We have to be extremely transparent. People have to know what to expect. They have to know what sort of, um, what are if you're showing a property, if there are any issues that you need to advise about the property, that your client really needs to know about the property, even if it is something negative, even if this piece of information will make you lose the deal, you are expected as a real estate broker to actually come out with this information and tell your client. Here, I would like to say something. Many people are afraid of, being very truthful when they don't really have to. If it's not, let's say, a piece of information. Um, uh, Let me retract. Let's say you're showing a buyer a property, and one of the key reason why they made a decision to purchase the property is the quiet, because this property is, let's say, in a very quiet area, quiet neighborhood, and they are really very happy with all this silence around them. And if you know that this is, let's say, uh, this place is quiet now, but it's very close to the airport, and it's a line of air traffic. Uh, you should you tell them, should you not tell them, that's the thing with ethics. With ethics, it's not always very clear what you should do. uh, Many people say, I don't have to, but in ethics you do have to tell the person, because especially if that was the underlying reason why they are buying this property. So basically, the underlying source of ethics or base of ethics is that you do not want to cause harm. Okay, so anything that you feel will cause harm to the person, you need to be outright with and say, tell them exactly what you know. Obligation towards the society. This means as members of the UAE society, we really have to work to respect the values and traditions and work within the framework of these traditions. And actually, not just that, you need to make it better. And that is very important. From an ethical point of view, people in any place they are, it's very important that we make it better. And this will also support the growth of the business, which will sustain the profession for everybody involved, which will eventually be good for us as well. The ninth point is the observance of the interests of the contracting party. Here we're talking about it's always, again, here we're hammering on the issue of not causing harm. This is very important. You should always try to support the interest of the contracting parties, and regardless of which party you are representing. Again, it's not like if I'm representing the seller, doesn't mean that it's okay if the buyer gets harmed. You should always try to, in your actions, try to uphold the benefit or the interests of both parties, or even if there are more than one, more than two parties, you have to uphold the interests of everybody involved. Number 10 is the obligation to preserve documents, which means that these documents and the tools of not just the documents, the tools of the transaction, keys, any kind of, anything that you have in your possession that belongs to this transaction, it is your duty to preserve and to keep in safe, hold in safekeeping, because if you lose them, that again you might be liable for legally, basically. And that's something that is very important. I'm going to keep till the end after point 11. Point 11, which is the final point, talks about the respect of the regulations and the procedures of the Land and Property Department. And here we have to respect the regulations and procedures, obviously, We have to always strive to figure out what are the new regulations, what are the new procedures. It is our responsibility as experts, as professionals, to always stay on top of that. We also undertake to have the correct behavior when in the government offices, from dress code to the way we speak, the way we conduct our business. We say here that we undertake not to establish special relations with the department employees for personal gain, which is a very, in my opinion, this is a very important concept that will protect this place from things that maybe other areas in the world or other countries in the world have suffered from, like corruption, like bribery, and like all sorts of um, mistakes, let's put it this way, that would actually ruin the whole system. So these are the 11 points. Now I would like to say that usually codes of ethics are things that are encouraged, if you want, and it is professions are discouraged from not following them. In Dubai, the code of ethics is actually a requirement by the law that governs the practice of real estate agents. So the law that regulates our business says, one of the articles says you have to respect the code of ethics, which makes this code of ethics part of the law, in my opinion. So this is how it is. Of course, ethics is we can go on and on. I just wanted to show you how Dubai handles this issue. But obviously this is a topic that people have can discuss forever. Thank you so much. Are we good?
So now you have it from Taroub herself. If you want to be a professional in the real estate industry in Dubai, you know what you have to do. You have to follow the most important 11 code of ethics for the real estate professional. And it's always important to stand above the crowd and to always follow the structure of the country that you're living in. And as she said, rightfully so, ethics goes into every single part of your life. If you need more information from Taroub, if you need consultancy in any of your firms, please email support@realopedia.com and we'll be more than happy to connect you directly with Taroub. As far as today's webinar, you will receive a link covering today's webinar presentation. Also, please register for the upcoming webinar, which is session 2 of today, which is the Dubai Real Estate Knowledge Scene Series 4, session 2, on Tuesday, the 21st of February. Thank you, all of you, for attending. For any of you that have any questions, please do send them now. As I said, Taroub is available for consultancy for any of you that have any questions, and for any of you that need more information, email support@realopedia.com, and we'll be more than happy to answer your questions. And thank you once again. Have a great day, an ethical great day. Bye.